The Netanyahu government is engaged in a campaign of ethnic cleansing in Gaza. Senator Jeff Merkley and I just recently returned from a week-long trip to the Middle East. We visited Israel, the West Bank, Jordan, and Egypt. And we focused on lots of issues, but the main area of focus was on the absolute humanitarian catastrophe in Gaza. We came away with one inescapable conclusion, and that is that the Netanyahu government is engaged in a campaign of ethnic cleansing in Gaza. Now, both of us fully believe that Israel had a right and a duty to defend itself and its people after the horrific Hamas terror attack of October 7th. But it's very clear that the Netanyahu government has gone way beyond targeting Hamas to imposing collective punishment on the people of Gaza. We're here on the Egyptian side of the Rafah Gate, looking over into Gaza, and it has been absolutely leveled. It is just a pile of rubble. If you look at the numbers put forward by international organizations, you'll see that they estimate 90% of the homes in Gaza have been destroyed or severely damaged. Part of the Netanyahu government strategy has been to use food as a weapon of war. And what we saw very clearly was that the Netanyahu government was raising obstacles to the delivery of that food. We went to the Israeli port of Ashdod that the World Food Program uses to offload food destined to help starving people in Gaza. But because of the unnecessary restrictions imposed by the government of Israel, only a very small share of food that could be delivered immediately actually gets through. The folks who need the food the most are, of course, kids and the vulnerable, and they're not getting it. They're just not getting this food at all. We began our trip with our first public meeting being with families of hostages. And to a person, the ones we met with said that Prime Minister Netanyahu has prioritized his political survival over the survival of their loved ones. And so we come back here after our trip really to sound the alarm and say America should not be party to a campaign of ethnic cleansing. It's both immoral and it's flat out illegal. Let's end it and bring the hostages home.